Morning, students. Once again, welcome back. And today I'm with the full intention to complete off this chapter today so that we can move on for the next one after this so long, lengthy chapter of ours. Yvonne tries an O level. This is what we people have been going through from past few videos, and in this, what we have done till now is this: that Yvonne's the prisoner had intended to give the German O level examination. Examination was arranged, and then all security measures were taken that he should not use it as a plan of escape, and everything was done very thoroughly. Examination was conducted in his cell itself, all alone in proper isolation, with a invigilator, a parson from a nearby church, and an examination was conducted with a little bit of here and there of clinch and all, but examination got over. And then the invigilator McClary, he went out, was escorted by the prison officer, and the prison officer, when he came back, he peeped in and he was shocked to see injured invigilator inside, and they understood that Ivan was the one who had gone out in the get-up of McClary, and then a lot of hustle bustle was there in the prison, and it was that everyone was running about, and the governor, he found that it was actually McClary, the injured McClary himself showed him that how he had escaped, because the plan of escape was there in a piece of paper, the correction slip, you remember, which was there at the end of the paper between the two sheets of the question paper. And then the superintendent of investigation, that is Carter, when he came over there, governor asked him to take injured McClary and see about catching up Yvonne, because he knows it very well. Means McClary, he knows everything very well. And then they left from there. And behind their back, Stephen and Jackson got nice scolding from governor, because they had been the one responsible. According to the governor, Stephen had seen Yvonne out, and Jackson had reported that there is nothing of a weapon sought to be used by Yvonne's, but everything had not gone on in that way. And it was really surprising. And then afterwards, when he received the call from Carter, who said that injured McClary has been admitted most probably in the hospital named Radcliffe, and the governor, when he rang up over there, to his utmost shock, he found that nobody named McClary, a parson, has been admitted over there, and actually there was nobody in Elsfield Way where the ambulance of Radcliffe was called upon. And then he understood what had actually happened, because the McClary whom Stephen has escorted outside was not actually Yvonne. Yvonne was that injured McClary who had been sent out of the jail in the police car. And then the search began. And meanwhile, we have seen Ivan enjoying his own company, and boasting off about how he had escaped to himself, thinking about what all things he had done to come out of the jail, and thanking all his so-called good friends who had always been there for him for all kind of things. And then he reached his room, and he was totally waiting for a surprise when he found the governor sitting on the bed. And then he got his head and sat down, because he was caught again once, means he was once again caught after escaping 4 times from the jail. And then there was a discussion between him and governor about how the plan has worked out. And then he assumed that most probably the correction slip was the one because of which governor was here. And then he said that it was very necessary to send the correction slip, because he was not knowing that after escaping from there where to go. And the most important thing was to know the exact time of examination to get over, so that that call could be made to Stephen, and Stephen can be removed from his position of keeping a check on Yvonne. Then only Yvonne could have done the rest of the things. Then the next question, Ivan asked governor that how come you found that I am in this hotel which is located in the Chipping Norton. Then he said that like how you did. In the same way, the index number and all those are the numbers which your invigilator have told you to note down. I had used it to trace your location in the town map, and then I found that you are over here. And after this has been done, the next question that raised up was, how come Yvonne managed to have such a lot of blood over his head? Now Ivan, he felt very good that there was something that had held back the governor. He could not means solve that mystery, so he started telling about that fact that it was actually the ring. You remember the ring which the invigilator, he said that I have to take it inside because I'm suffering from hemorrhoids and all those things. And then it was that ring in which the blood was there, and it was not human blood, it was the pig's blood. But Ivan said that the most important thing was to stop the blood from clotting. The pig's blood, it clots very fast, so what has to be done was that in around some one tenth volume of that pig's blood, 3.8% of trisodium citrate was mixed, and it was diluted so that it cannot get clotted very fast. And then governor seemed to be totally bowled over with the way how Ivan had tricked out everything. And he said that, okay, I have learned a lot of things, and now let's come on, move on from here. That's what we people have done, and now let's move on and complete off the chapter. Evans made no show of resistance, and side by side the two men walked slowly down the stairs. Tell me, Evans, how did you manage to plan all this business? You have had no visitors, I have seen to that. You have had no letters. I have got lots of friends though. What's that supposed to mean? Me, German teacher for a start? You mean? But he was from the technical college. Was he? Evans was almost enjoying it all now. Ever check upon him, sir? Now, when governor said that, come on, let's go. You have been caught again, even after all you're so called very good without any loose pull one plan. So even like he never resisted. He said okay, and he started walking down. The two of them, they were coming down the stairs. Then governor, he asked Ivan, I want to ask you one question, that how did you manage to plan so big? Because as far as I remember, you never had any visitors, and I had made sure about it that you don't get any visitors, and no letters as well. Then how come? Then Ivan said that, oh, that's sir, I have got a lot of good friends, And governor said that, what do you mean by that? A lot of good friends. Then he said, my German teacher to start with. Governor was totally shocked. You mean to say that the German teacher was not a German teacher but your friend? But as far as I know, he was a teacher from a technical college. Then Ivan, he was literally enjoying this all this disclosures, and the secrets coming out from the cat's bag, and the cat coming out from the bag, and it was like, really, was he? Did you people ever checked on him? Did you ever find out that he was actually from the technical college? Then the governor said, God Almighty, there's far more going on than I always will be, sir. Everything ready? Asked the governor as they stood by the reception desk. So the governor said that, oh my God, such a lot of things are going under the nose. Then how come I don't know? Then Ivan said that, sir, it will be always like this. Many things will be going around and you won't even come to know about it. And then governor, he came near the reception desk and he said that everything is ready. The van's out the front, sir, said the pretty blonde receptionist. Evans winked at her, and she winked back at him. It almost made his day. A silent prison officer handcuffed the recaptured Evans, and together the two men clambered awkwardly into the back seat of the prison van. Okay, the governor, he had told our great Yuan that he was surrounded by the police people, and we all knew it very well from the very beginning. It is mentioned there that only the two of them were there. So Governor came to the reception desk and he asked that whether everything is arranged. The receptionist, that blonde girl, she said that yeah, the prison van is standing right. The van is standing right out in the front, sir. And Ivan winked at her. Ivan was young Mari, and that girl, pretty blonde, she winked back at him, and it was like the day was made. Reason we don't know right now. Okay. And then there was a prison officer who was very silent, who didn't open his mouth, but instead he handcuffed, means handcuff, all of you know what is handcuff, hatkari. Handcuffed the recaptured Ivan, who ran away fourth time from the jail, who escaped fourth time from the jail. He handcuffed Ivan, and together, both of them, they clambered, means they climbed up. They means they climbed the steps of the prison van, and in a very awkward manner they went just back to the back seat of the prison van and sat down over there. See you soon, Evans. It was almost as if the governor was saying farewell to an old friend after a cocktail party. Yeah, after recapturing Ivan, the governor seems to be a very happy person on the seventh cloud, and he said that see you soon, Evans, like as if though coming out from a party, and he governor had thrown a very big party, and Ivan was a guest, and while he was going off, he was bidding him farewell, saying that oh, meet soon. Cheerio, sir. I was just wondering, I know your German pretty good, sir, but do you know any more of those modern languages? Not very well. Why? When governor said see you soon, Ivan said that yeah, definitely, sir. And then he said that, sir, I was just wondering. Now I came to know that your German is good. But do you have any good hold on other foreign languages? Means modern languages, other languages? The governor said that not very well. But why you're asking me that? To that Ivan's reply, you see. Evans settled himself comfortably on the back seat and grinned happily. Nothing really. I just appeared to notice that you have got some more level Italian classes coming up next September. That's all. Perhaps you won't be with us next September, Evans. James Roderick Evans appeared to ponder the governor's words deeply. No, perhaps I won't, he said. Now, when he asked the governor that whether, with beside German language, do you know any other foreign language? Governor said that no, I don't know. Really, I don't know any other language. But why you're asking me that? To that, Ivan, he peacefully, first of all, settled on the back seat of the prison van, and then he grinned, means showed his teeth happily. And then he said that, just for your information, that is, it came into my notice that by the coming September, you will be having some O level Italian classes for the prisoners. Can you understand what does it mean? Let's put a little break. Ivan took O-level German classes and out of the jail. And again he's saying that there will be O-level Italian classes from September most probably. So, something like that. And the governor, he said that most probably you won't be there for September, Evans. And James Roderick Evans, this exotic and a grand name, he just gave an expression of like thinking over what governor words were, and he said that yeah, perhaps I won't be there for September. He said that. As the prison van turned right from Chipping Norton to the Oxford Road, the hitherto silent prison officer unlocked the handcuffs and leaned forward towards the driver. For Christ's sake, get a move on. It won't take them long to find out. Where do we suggest we make for? Asked the driver in a broad Scots accent. What about Newbury? Suggested Evans. So, this is what the climax is all about. Governor, he thought that the two prison officers are going to take Evans to Oxford jail. And as soon as the prison van had taken the right from the Chipping Norton, the till now, hitherto means till now, the prison officer who was very silently sitting down with Ivan got up from his place and he unlocked, means he opened the handcuffs, and then he leaned forward. There is one window type over there in a prison van. From there, he called the van driver and he said that, "Come on, for God's sake, drive fast. Very soon they will come to know what." Ivan escaped once again. And this time also, from under the nose of the governor. Governor thought his prison officers. He never checked, but they were actually not his prison officers. They were Ivan's friends waiting over there. And the driver said, "Where should we head on to?" And Ivan suggested, "Let's go to Newbury." You know why he said Newbury? Because it is basic tendency that if you think that you know the plan of a other person, the person will not execute that plan. And Ivan also did the same thing. Newbury was already disclosed to governor, so he was very sure that governor will never search him over there in Newbury. And that's why he said Newbury. So now this is the climax. Evans, James Roderick Evans, whom the governor thought that I have caught him at last. I have, you can say that the governor thought that I have this means decoded everything. I have caught this person, and actually, what happened? That man escaped for the fifth time. No, though might not be from the jail, but he escaped right from under the nose of the governor. Everyone was with him, whether you look upon at the pretty blonde receptionist or the two prison officers whom governor thought to be his officer. Everyone was with him. So this is what happened at the end, that Evans escaped again. Hope you all have enjoyed the story, though quite a long one it was. And now it's time for us to just discuss the questions which are there in the chapter, and then we can just close this chapter. Let's go for it. It's over there in the very first page onwards. So just I'll take a little time to scroll the pages. So here I am with the pages, and the very first question that is there for you is, what kind of a person was Evans? When you write down the answer for this question, obviously it's for 30 to 40 words, but still a little it'll go off because it's been asked how he is, what kind of a person was Evans. So first you have to tell that Evans' full name was James Roderick Evans. It's very necessary because a kind of a weightage comes to that name. And then you have to tell that it's given over here. You can see here that when the secretary asked about him, he said that he's quite a pleasant sort of a chap, no record of violence, and he's generally a imitation expert, and only problem is that he suffers from a disease named as congenital kleptomania. So this is the various kind of things that you have to tell about Evans. Then what were the precautions taken for the smooth conduct of the examination? To start with, first of all, examination was conducted in the very same cell in which Ivan was for proper isolation. Second, that arrangement, you remember, table being put in such a manner that the chair in which Ivan will sit, the officer standing outside every minute can keep an eye on him, and the invigilator's back will be towards the this one. Then microphones were fixed in the cell of Evans to bug him up, and then two outer doors were there in the D wing where the examination was supposed to be conducted, and then one outer door was there, and high compound wall was there. So because of all this reason, a proper security was taken for the conduct of the examination. Then let's move on to the next uh, question. The next question is over here. I'm scrolling, so it's taking a little time. Just bear with me. It's here. Yeah. Will the exam now go as scheduled? See, when the questions are given in this way, generally they relate it to the context which is there in that particular page. Here you can see the page. In this page you can see the time is given 9:18 a.m. and the exam was supposed to be was scheduled to start at 9:15. So somewhere at 3 minutes delayed it started. And definitely because there was nagging thoughts in first you have to say that the exam was scheduled to start at 9:15 a.m. But as the exam was about to start, governor had some nagging doubts in his mind, and to clear it off he had a thorough check of McClary. And all this process took a 3 minute, and because of that reason exam got delayed, and instead of 9:15 it started at 9:18, and instead of finishing at 11:15 it's finished off at 11:25. And 11:22 Stephen got a call to escort McClary outside by closing the door securely behind him. This is what you have to tell right down in this question's answer. Then the next question is, um, I'm coming across it. Did the governor and his staff finally give a sign of relief? Uh, Yeah, actually, the answer preliminary it will be this only, that the governor and his staff finally gave a sign of relief, but it was short lived. Means it was only for a small period of time, because when he escorted out McClary, Stephen, they were all very happy, thinking that the examination had gone off very smoothly with no glitches, no problems. But when Stephen came back and he peeped inside and found injured McClary inside the cell, then they all were totally perplexed, and there were a lot of hustle bustle inside the jail, because uh, they thought that Yvonne has impersonated McClary, who had gone out of the jail escorted by Stephen. So the sign of relief was very short. Then the next question is, I'm coming across that. It's this. Will the injured McClary be able to help the prison officers track Yvonne's? Then you could start with this, that the truth is that the injured McClary was actually Yvonne, who was personating, or who was impersonating, sorry, was impersonating as injured McClary. And to convince and to make the people trust him, and to have faith on him, he showed the correction slip, and he spoke in broken way, words fading away, so that people will assume that he is badly injured, but still he wants to help. And he was the only one who gave the hint that he will be going, Evans will be going to Elsfield Way, and then the rest of the plan of escape is there in the correction slip. So definitely, to fulfill the plan of escape, the injured McClary, who was actually Evans, was ready to help the prison officers track Evans. The next one. Will the clues left behind on the question paper put Evans back in prison again? Yeah. Mm, the correction slip, which was the plan of escape, it has given the governor the hints, because of which uh, the the governor happens to reach the Golden Lion Hotel in Chipping Norton, and Yvonne was again recaptured. So in this way, because of this negligence of leaving the correction slip, or handing over the correction slip to the governor by Evans itself, left behind a lot of clues, plus the index numbers and all which was used. These all clues can easily get Evans back into the prison again. Next is, where did Evans go? Where did he go? And what it is talking about? Oh, it's that, where did he go means, after escaping, where did he go? Yeah, definitely. He went to the Golden Lion Hotel in Chipping Norton, in the middle of Chipping Norton, and he was like enjoying his a moment outside, escaping out from the jail. So that's where he went. Then the questions are like you'll come across now the other questions, other types of ones, like the one here. Okay, reading the insight. Reflecting on the story, what did you feel about Yvonne's having the last laugh? Um, Yvonne laughing. Actually, on what he was laughing at? He was laughing at the, you can say that the negligence, the foolishness, jumping to the conclusion attitude of the police people or the prison people. He was actually laughing at them. So, how the situation was means he made the entire plan of escape. He involved people who easily ditched and taken away Evans from under the nose of the governor and the prison officers. And at the last, also, when the governor was so very sure that he had succeeded in recapturing Ivan, he again escaped. So it was like he was mocking or making fun of them. The second question, that is when Stephen comes back to the cell, he jumps to a conclusion that the whole machinery building blinding goes by his assumption without even checking the identity of the injured McClary. Does this show how hasty conjectures can prevent one from seeing the obvious? How is a criminal able to predict such negligence? Um, I think after the criminals spend time in the prison, it's like they start coming to know about the whereabouts, no, or the behaviors, the nature, or somewhere they know that how the police people react to the situations. So they make use of it. They actually, you can say that they actually encash these points so that it can be into their benefit pocket. And here Stephen made a really a very big mistake when he came inside and he found the injured McClary. Instead of checking out actually the position, he jumped to the conclusion that it is injured McClary. Because he jumped to the conclusion, all the others went on the same trail, and because of that reason, nobody bothered to actually see. And what was the reaction? What was the result of this jumping to the conclusion? Obviously, escape of Ivan right from under their nose, and that too in the police car. Very respectfully, he was made to sit down, and he just fled away from there. The next, what could the governor have done to securely bring back Evans to prison when he caught him at the Golden Lion? Does that final act of foolishness really prove that he was just another good for a giggle gullible governor? That was all. Yeah, when governor came to know, or when governor decoded that correction slip, and he reached to the conclusion that yeah, that is the place where he could be found with the help of that index number and all those things, was it not was it not proper for the governor to act little more prudently and take a group of prison officers, rather than without checking on whom he was taking and going, or without checking on who he had made to sit down inside the prison van? He just assumed that everything was under his control, and he again acted foolishly. And he himself, like, in a plate, he arranged and gave everything to Ivan to escape again from there. So definitely he is just a just a kind of a thing to be laughed at. Good for a giggle means an object of laughing, that's all he was. That is what the governor seems to be like. While we condemn the crime, we are sympathetic to the criminal in this. Is this the reason why the prison staff often develop a soft corner for those in custody? Yeah, definitely. Every time we people keep on saying, hate the crime, don't hate the criminal. And that somewhere raises up some kind of a soft corner, a kind of a sympathy inside the people working in the prison. Now, if you want to put emphasis on that, you can take the point like Ivan had cut short his hair the previous night with the help of the razor, and in the jail, everybody knew that he had got long hair, and he hid up that thing with the help of that wobbly hat. And when Jackson asked him to remove that, he just gave an excuse that it's his examination and it's the only lucky charm, and all those kind of things he said, and Jackson just melted away. He never bothered to take that cap. The moment if that cap had been taken out, everything would have been out. As I say, the cat out of the bag. But nothing of that sort happened, and the criminals take advantage of that. Do you agree that between crime and punishment it is mainly a battle of wits? Yeah, this I will leave to you. You have to find out that actually between the crime and the punishment, whether it is the brain that works out on So you just have to write down on your own words these answers points, and I hope that you all have a very nicely understood this chapter and work out nicely on it. And if any doubts, you can just let me know. So till we meet again, goodbye and be safe.